Hello, my lovely friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be continuing the saga of the Spring and Summer Journal, which I have to say, I'm filming today, it's July 11th. Now, if somebody out there could explain to me how it's July the 11th, I would really appreciate that. I'm like, what? How? Wait a minute. It's July the 11th. So what's funny is that I filmed part of myself working in this a while ago, like maybe 2 weeks ago, because I've been busy making Halloween journals, which will be on my website soon. And so I'm talking about, I'm putting this in for April, and I put the number 4 in for April, and I'm thinking April seems like a lifetime ago. Like it just, wow, time. I mean, I have a weird relationship with time at the best of times, but I cannot believe that we are halfway through July almost already. It's just crazy. But anyways, we do some work in this journal. We glue some stuff. It's, regular journal stuff. And then I was, humming along. Everything was going great. And then at one point, as I was going through the video tonight, I realized that my iPad died. So there is sort of, there's this not quite so smooth transition at the end as I go from starting the page to ta-da! The page is finished. You win some, you lose some here on YouTube. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm still talking about April at the beginning of the video. This journal has been a little bit slower than some of the journals that I have worked on so far this year. There's just been a lot going on, and I'm finding it very difficult to just... Frankly, I'm just finding it difficult to get everything done that I want to get done. And I know you can all relate to that, because there's a million things that we want to do, and we end up spending half the time doing things we don't want to do and not spending as much time in our journals as we would like. So, but we're going to get through this. I am determined that I will have this done. I was going to say September. It might be one of those journals. I do this to myself every time. You guys have heard me say this a million times. I make them big. I think, oh, this and this and this is going to happen. I don't know. Maybe this is a journal that's just going to end up being till August. Maybe I just work in the front part of it. I have big ideas, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how these things are going to turn out. I have a ton of photos that I've printed off that I want to glue in here. So we'll see how it goes. I think realistically, this will be the journal till the end of August. Come September, I'm going to be wanting to move right... Oh, here's a Sophie sighting. Oh, hello. Oh, no, it's Lucy. Every once in a while, they play a switcheroo on me. Hello, Lucy. Oh, there, they get to see your nice, beautiful face. Okay, you need to sort of move it along there, though, sister. And I'm even thinking that I might want to start my autumn journal halfway through August, or maybe even August 1st. Now that I've said that out loud, I'm going to have to rethink everything. I am. I shouldn't come on here and make big proclamations about how my journal's going to be, how it's going to look, how long it's going to last, whatever it's going to do, because quite frankly, it never turns out that way. Which is fine. The best part about junk journaling is that there's no rules, and you don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to answer to anybody. So let's just take it as it goes. Today we do a couple pages. I talk a little bit about the fact that I found a lot of ephemera and images, book pages, things that I totally forgot that I had. Things that I had in a box or a drawer, maybe for more than 10 years. And I've been sort of feeling like maybe what I need to do is take those things out of the boxes, out of the drawers, and just give them a home. And that home should be in this journal. Instead of just having them loosey-goosey all over the place and thinking that I need to save them for the perfect page or for the perfect spread or whatever it is, just put them in the book, enjoy them, you know, reminisce about where I found them 10 years ago. Right? And yeah, and then sort of clear out some space, because we've talked a lot about so far this year using what you've got. Lots of people are talking about using what you have, not going out buying a ton of new digitals, new supplies, etc., etc., etc. So I really think that I should put my money where my mouth is, and in the interest of taking my own advice, I should take some of those things and just glue them in and not get so caught up in the pockets and the tuck spots and the flips and the doodads and the circles and the Ferris wheels and the all the stuff, right? Just glue the stuff in, give it a home, and enjoy it. So I think that's going to be the direction I go with this journal for however long I'm going to work in it. Plus, I do have a ton of photos. So this will probably, putting in the photos and doing the other things will probably be the next video. This video is already probably going to be long enough. So, yeah, it's always a journey. Always a surprise. You never know what you're going to get. The only other thing I did wanted to mention was, as of the filming of this video, which July the 11th, there's Lucy looking at me, I am having a 30% off sale on my website for postcards, which is www.islanddallas.com. I'm trying to get better at sort of just, you know, sliding that in there, being real cool. I hate the marketing part so much. It is postcard sending season, so I thought it would be kind of fun to have a postcard sale. I am also having a postcard sale on my, or in my Etsy shop. On my Etsy shop, I always get that wrong. Some things are on sale, and go check them out. If you have any questions, by all means, leave them in the description box or send me an email. Lucy. So, okay, that's it. That is the Lisa and Lucy part of the show. Thanks for watching, and yeah, let's just get into it and start doing what we love to do, which is playing with paper and glue. I want to put, I have this here, this gorgeous tag, and I've been toying with the idea, if I want it here, I'm going to put a brad in it, and it's going to swing, but I don't want it to cover up the flower. So I think I might put it on here. I mean, it looks totally different here than here, I have to say. This looks like a different dress, but I don't mind it. And I don't have anywhere else. Nope. 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 I need somewhere that's a page that's a little bit bigger. That's the same. Nope. And this way we're, oh, nope. And I'm moving as we go further into this first signature, which is already getting rather chunky. I've got to say, I want this to be for April. So this glued very nicely, I have to say. I don't know if I told you that already or not, but I'm really happy with this. Nope. 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 Okay, you know what? I think let's just put it up here. I could print it again and make it a wee bit smaller. That's not too bad. There's something about it being here and the flowers poking out there at the side. That is decidedly better, isn't it, than that. It doesn't pop as much. Okay, so what I originally was thinking was this was going to go here. I was going to pop the brad through there, and I don't know why they call them brads. Why are they brads? Why are they brads and not Mikes or Ryans? I don't know. I don't know. And then here I found this on Pinterest. I myself am entirely made of flaws stitched together with good intentions, and that is the truth, Ruth, for sure. And then I would have the end of the brads on the other side poke through here. But the more that I look at this, then do I like her there? This is a real toughie. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to be able to make up my mind. So let's go to another page. Okay, I know what I want to do here. So I have the postcard, well, part of a postcard that I got from scrapbook.com. Happiness is a good pair of scissors and a pile of paper, and they could not be more right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that down up at the top. And then I have this, I had made some buntings out of Beatrice Potter books a long time ago. And this one, I don't know why this one didn't make it into the bunting, but it didn't. But they're having a nice dance here. And I thought this would be great to tuck up in underneath here because they're clearly happy. And happiness is, you know, it all goes together. And they've got what looks like daffodils here. So this all goes together. So I'm going to glue that on there. And then that's going to be a pocket up there. But I don't want this to get lost all up in here. So I've got to figure out, draw the line. Okay, so I'm just going to go here. And the glue is going to go along here. Ish. I don't know why I have an IKEA pencil. I haven't been to IKEA in a dog's age. I haven't been to IKEA since before COVID. It's a long time ago. Although COVID does sort of seem like yesterday sometimes. Okay, now the question is, what do I put along here? Because you guys know I need something to go there, but I don't know what that's going to be. I think for now I'll leave it and I'll come back to it. So let's just glue this. And we're still thinking about this here. Some pages come together redonkulously easy. And some don't. It's a great metaphor for life, isn't it? Okay. So yes, I was making a coffee dyed video earlier today, and I was having a lot of fun, and I totally spaced out about putting on my gloves, and then this is what you get, but I don't mind it. Okay, so this is going to be great. Then we'll just stick this up here. And I already glued a little number 4, again, for April here. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'll maybe put something here as well. Like a photo of some sort. There's a friend's birthday. And then that could go. And happiness. There's happiness underneath. You know what? That's gonna be great. we'll put that underneath there like that. Okay, so here I am sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Avoiding making the executive decision about where I'm putting this and this one together in like nanoseconds. Okay, so let me put this here from Pat's birthday. Excellent, excellent. Okay, there. If only they were all that simple. Okay, so we're back, here we go. I know, I'm overthinking this whole thing with the flower and that it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And I think we're going to do it right there, just like that. I'm gonna want something in the corner to help hold it down. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. Some kind of something here. What I'm gonna do is just poke a wee hole to give myself an idea on the other side of where this is going. I'm gonna put the hole in here. So let's see, I'm gonna get my that one's a little wonky. Let's get this one. Okay, so I'm gonna make, where's my pokey tool? I just had it. There's the brad here. Hello, forest. Meet the trees when it's sitting right in front of me. So then the idea is I put this through. This is going to come this way, and then I will open up the legs of the brad to fit somewhere on this card. So then there's the hole there. I guess we've committed to this spot there. So then, actually they'd fit quite well there, and then this can, yep, let's do that. We'll do it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a smaller hole here. Normally, of course, I would try and hide the backs of the brads, but I thought it might look a little bit interesting, actually, if I just did it this way. Okay, so here we have, and I did do a little bit of edging around here already, so I think this needs to be a little bit bigger. Stick that there. Is that going to be, I might need to trim that a little bit there. Wait a minute. Okay, so let's get that there. There we go. That works. Okay, hey, that works. Doo, doo, doo. I like that. That's all right. I might put a little cornery thing down here too. We'll see. Maybe I can pull out some part of a book page or something, and then just to keep it snug there. I like that a lot. And then yeah, this is good. This is good. Okay, so we've got that one done. And I got this here. We did this last time. And I just have to figure out what's going to go in there. Oh, I've got this postcard. Is that going to fit? No. I got this from my friend Stephanie. It's great. With the cat and the dog. And then it looks like the guitar. Love it. Okay. We just have to figure out what's going to go up here. And then I need to figure out something for down here. I put this in here. I love this quote. Your life is meant to be a work of art, but every artist has to learn the hard way that art, while it is being made, is often messy and confusing and frustrating. You're going to be filled with doubt that it could possibly turn out as anything. Wait a minute. You're going to be filled with doubt that it could possibly turn out as anything but an embarrassing disaster. Keep at it, though. Your inner vision knows that something beautiful is underway, no matter how sketchy things look right now. Jacob Nordby. That came from Pinterest as well. I love that. I love that. Because not only is it true, but it's a great reminder that art is messy. And it's not supposed to be perfect. As much as as much as we want it to be, especially when we're doing things on camera for YouTube. Okay, I'm going to leave this one here for now, and then when I'm ready to do the next page, I'll be back. Things are just humming along here extremely nicely, I have to say. There's a couple things that I want to do at this point. I want to take this hair, and I'm going to glue him on the back of something, and I think I'm just going to glue him there so that he sort of sticks out. I mean, there is that little bit of pink there, but he kind of fades in a little bit, and I thought it would be nice if he just had something like an edge around him. So I want to do that. I made this little itsy bitsy teeny tiny little pocket there. Ooh, look at that. That fits in nicely. Well, 4 is for April. Cutie patootie. I'm going to stick that there for now. What else? I glued that down there. I put the 4 there, I think, since the last time we spoke. I have this ripped out from a 1960s magazine, and I don't know what it is about that fish, but I really like that. I really like it. So I think I'm going to glue that down there. This front part is super duper chunky. Oh, I know. I've got this cute little mouse. Let's just quickly... I wanted to glue, she's going to go there to keep this in check here. So we'll do that. Okay, I did this. Again, a page from a 1960s fashion magazine. No, this was knitting. This was knitting, I believe. So, you know, I'm working through this, and we're just over halfway through the first signature. And I have to say, it's really full already, which is just how I like it. But as I'm working and I'm thinking and I'm looking for things to put in and things to add, I realize that I don't have as much happy mail as I thought I had to put in here. And to be honest with you, I was going through a couple other drawers, and I have found a ton of other ephemera. Book pages, I mean, stuff that I'd totally forgotten I had. You know, and it happens to all of us. So what I'm thinking going forward, I might just do a little bit more cut and paste, meaning I just feel like maybe just gluing some stuff in, just for the sake of gluing stuff in a book, because I like it. It doesn't have to be all, you know, crazy pockets, crazy tip outs, crazy pull outs. Like, I'm loving this. Like, I think this is the best thing since sliced bread. But there's a part of me that just wants to take some of this ephemera, which I still love, but just glue it in and give it a home and be like, okay, you know what I mean? Does that make, you guys get that, right? Like, so one of them was this book page from, I believe the book was Victorian Cats. And I started to cut this out at some point, and I didn't finish. But I'm glad that I didn't, because I'm looking at this. This is sort of what sparked it. I was sort of like, you know what? I really enjoyed doing this. It took me no time. I love this image. I put this little flower on her hat. And as far as, you know, working in a journal and sort of using up what we have and using up junk, because we have all got a ton of junk. This is just as effective as this. You know, oh, I put this little tag on here. I glued this little tag on. I thought it would be fun to just have something stick out here like this. But anyways, do you know what I mean? They don't all have to be like some sort of major constructed puzzle. Now, having said that, I was going to put, where was I going to put this? Maybe here. What I was thinking was we were going to cut around, and then this would be like a little frame, and then the edges, this nice red edge would stick over the side there like that. So I wanted to do that today. I'm pretty sure that was the only place it could go because it needs a wide page. That's not wide enough. And that's pretty much full up. Okay, so let's do this. It's kind of funny that I would cut into that and not save that side, but who knows? Who knows what I was thinking at the time? Okay, so let's just get rid of some of this. I'm just thinking, how close do I want to get? So let's... You know, I think I bought this book when I was still making cards. Like, I think I've had these pages tucked away for about 10 years. Okay, so this is a little, I feel like I'm sort of working, not backwards, but... So I'm glad that I saved this the way that I did, because then we can use the daffodils and the real sense of spring. Okay. There we go. Okay, I like it. Now the question is, of course, what are we going to put underneath it? Do I have... It probably wouldn't be appropriate to put pasta, huh? Actually, that matches. That actually sits in there quite nice, but I don't know if cats... I love cats and I love pasta, but I don't know if the two of them go together. Now we have a beautiful picture of Lucy here. That's from August, but still... I think I'm going to need something a little bit bigger. Oh, look at her cutie patootie face. Now, speaking of putting things away and forgetting what you had, I remembered that I had this book, but I couldn't remember what exactly was in it. I know that I had cut out and put book pages and things like that in here. Like, you know, pretty illustrations and things that were interesting. So I thought I would pull this out and see if there's something in here that wants to go, that could go underneath this frame. There's a lion. That's really nice. The thing is, some of these, from these kids' books, these illustrations are quite large. That's really nice of the lion. I think what I had been doing was going through. That's kind of fun, but it doesn't quite fit. Oh, look at that cutie patootie face. That's not bad. That's pretty good. It doesn't really go with the whole, but it's very funny. I think what I was doing was just going through some of these books and then cutting out what I wanted so that I could get rid of the rest of the book. So we've got a witch there. Ooh, 2 witches there. Ooh, here's some mice. No, is that underneath? Oh, here. Okay. Oh, that might be kind of fun. Playful friends. You guys know how I'm always going on about cats and mice together. Oh, I like that. I think that might be it. Bring it down so I can see the teeny tiny little shelves. You know what? That might just be it with the kitties down here and the mice there. Let's keep going. See, you just never know what you've got tucked away. This is nice. Yeah, that's really nice. But that's not gonna fit. You know what? I think that mice, those mice might just work. We're gonna have, this is too big. This came from that same book as this. And this one, the one with the bunny. But again, I think that these are going to be too big for this journal. And maybe that's why I decided to put these in this book as sort of oversized. That's fun. What's this in the tree? Probably an owl. Oh, a squirrel. Ha ha ha. Okay, so then we've got Eeyore. And a nice city scene there. Witchy Poo, bear, more mice. A cute little bird in her nest. That's going to be... No, it's too big. Ooh. That's a little bit ominous, I think. That's cute, not wide enough. Henny Penny, that's right. This came from Henny Penny, a Henny Penny book. I don't know where I got that. Another lion. Oh, not wide enough. You know what? I'm thinking these are not going to work. It's another lion and another bird and the dog and the bunny. These are great. Alligator, but Curious George. That's fun, but not as fun as mice. Playful friends. Scooby-Doo. Speaking of playful friends. Yeah, that's not going to work. We got more Henny Penny. This is Raggedy Ann and Andy. And this is always put your best foot forward. You win some, you lose some. The cute vintage cats there. Okay, so we've got this frog with the Pussy Willows are good for April. Now that goes with the whole time of the year. Now I like the blue here. This is going to be a bit of a toughie. This goes with this because it's woodland. You know, it's in the forest. We got the baby, the fawn here. We got a baby. That's better, isn't it? She's coming with her Coco. Well, it's either going to be this one. Let's see, I think that's it. We got an otter and a bunny and a bunny. And these are not going to fit. This is all from the same book. Oh, that's pretty. Okie dokie. Like I mentioned before, my battery died before I got to finish this on camera. So I just thought I would quickly show you. This is how the page turned out, and I'm loving this. It's super cute. I went in and added a few cats because you guys know that I like to put cats and mice together on my pages. And the one thing is, as I've been going through things and finding things and more things, I am finding boxes like this full of stickers that I had I'd forgotten that I had, and then other just books of stickers and pages of like things like this. So I am trying to incorporate more stickers into these books as we go along. So I did go in and just put in some kitty cat stickers because I had them. So I'm really happy. This turned out great. This Friends Forever came from the wrapper of a chocolate bar that my friend Jody gave me. So I thought that went nicely there. Yeah, because everybody looks like they're friends there, right? So that's pretty much what we've done in this part of the journal so far. Again, I went in and added some butterfly stickers. It's amazing how many stickers I had that I totally blanked out. A little bee sticker there, which looks pretty cute. I don't usually buy 3D or use 3D stickers, but I really like that. And I put another little bee here. So I just kind of went in and added a few tiny details to some of the pages. Now this one finally came together quite nicely. And when I tipped it up, I put underneath, being creative is not a hobby, it's a way of life. And I thought that was very sweet. So she just gets tucked in there under the number 4. And some sage leaves tag from some tea that I saved again. More stickers, trying to use them up. And I did want to mention, I've got these flowers from a soldiers and sailors plant here. And you guys, if you watched the other video of me doing this page, I have the dandelion here. I have this, I call it Mac Tack, and usually we would buy it like at the dollar store. This is called book tack. I bought this from some office supply store somewhere in Calgary, I think. I ordered it online. Anyways, this is what I've been using, and this is what I'm going to be using going forward to sort of cover over the dried flowers that I'm going to be using in my journal. So just in case you were wondering how I put them down there, I did use a little glue stick just to hold them in place, and then I just put this stuff over. And this one and this one have been on here forever, and it's been holding great. And this I've put over paint and gesso, so it's not perfectly smooth. And of course the flower is a little bit raised, but the good news is it's been holding in there really nicely. So just a little pro tip, as the kids say today. And then we've got this one here, and we tipped that up. I've got a photo a friend of mine sent me from California, and he was going into Joann's just before they closed. And we never had Joann's up here, but I certainly feel and understand the pain of losing it. But I love the blue sky and the palm trees, and everything about this photo was great. So I thought it would be fun to just tuck that up in underneath. And of course this here, it says, I myself am entirely made of flaws, stitched together with good intentions. And I had this sticker of glue. So I thought, well, maybe if I'm not stitched together, I'm glued together. Barely. Right? And then I thought this kind of went with this nicely. Life is way too short to spend another day at war with yourself. And amen to that. That's done. This I had glued in the other day, and it was just the little bookmark thing there. And I just like the way that that green poked out. And then this is a picture from my granny's garden. And I talked about this in another video. I have a ton of photos. I don't even know how I got them. But anyways, I have them. So I've decided I'm going to include as many of them as I can in this journal. And this just little sticker, Bloom with Grace. And then on the back, I had cut and paste this from Pinterest, herb pairings to grow in containers, which I didn't do this year, but I am going to do maybe next year. So I thought that kind of obviously goes nicely there with her garden. So that's that. That, I'm not sure. That's just sort of sitting there for another day. This we finished. Of course, we've got the photo underneath from Pat's birthday. And again, going crazy, we using up my stickers. That's what I decided to put on the top of that. So I'm really happy with that. Still have to do some stuff there. Here, I put a not a magazine, but a newspaper article in this pocket here. And I was like, holy cats, when was the last time I saved a newspaper article? Right? It just kind of hit me. I was like, we used to do it all the time. But of course, nobody buys newspapers anymore. But anyways, there was an article there that I wanted to save. So that gets tucked in there. And then I had this kitty cat. You will see a few of these similar illustrations that I got from a book from the Goodwill with a sticker there. Here again is another photo of my granny's garden. And I got this card from a lovely customer and of this sheep. And my granny loved sheep. So I thought it would be appropriate to put the card of the sheep in with the picture of my granny's garden. And what's this here? Oh yeah, Etsy. Etsy for some reason has been putting up how long you've been on Etsy. And I've been 14 years on Etsy. Of course, I started off as a customer long before I was a seller. And then here's a package from my friend Jamie. So I took a picture of it to tuck in underneath there because he also gave me this beautiful envelope and the little tag. So this is sort of like Jamie's corner here, all tucked up together. Okay, that you know. Here we have, I ended up adding this old cooking. I don't know if that's lard or butter, but this came from a 1960s magazine as well. I thought it kind of went with the fish. I don't know what it is about this fish, but I love it. And then the postcard from Stephanie just gets tucked in there. I can see the fish. Here is a round playing card. Whoops. I'll do something there. I'm not sure what. But again, 4 for April. That just gets tucked there. Nothing new here. I put the little birdies here to keep this tucked down in here. And again, another little reminder for me to breathe. Which I know sounds like, you know, but I forget. Sometimes I get all wound up. I know I hold my breath and I breathe very shallowly sometimes. So this is just, I'm constantly trying to remind myself to just, right? Here's an Easter tag from a friend. Look at all of this beautiful ribbon. So what I did was, again, I used my brad, put it in there, but I hid the brad under the skunk page here. But I wanted to have this up with all this ribbon so that the ribbon was poking up at the top there. So I really like that. So that's super cute. So I did that page. Something's going to go in there. I don't know what. Here is just a moment of time with my dad. We were having lunch together, and this was on May the 5th that we had this. So I put a 5 there. This I think I showed you. So what I did on this here with the poem that I showed you just a little bit earlier, I haven't put anything else down in here, but I had this really nice cutout of a young girl, and she's clearly just doing her own thing. She's living her best life, being her own self, and I thought this image went really nicely here. With the message from this. And then here it just says, it's better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. And I really just like the flower. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. Again, amen to that. Okay, now this is an image of Sophie giving me a heart attack. She'd gotten up on our neighbor's porch roof and decided she was just going to look over her kingdom. That girl, I swear. This was I think this was April 1st she did this. It was a dark, gloomy day, but anyways, she got up there fine. She got down there fine. But I was like, no more, Miss Sophie. No more. This is a folio with postcards that I made for my friend Emily. And you guys have seen this. And here's the hair that I spoke about right at the very beginning. So I just put the little bit of outline there with the pink cardstock. And I like how that pokes out there. That still needs something. 9 plants you can grow under almost any tree. This came in very handy. I ended up planting sweet woodruff and the bleeding hearts this year, and they did great. Then this is an image that I got from Pinterest. I love how they've done this, and I have been drawing a ton of flowers so far this year. So I made this envelope, and I'm going to put some flowers in here and see if I like how the colors all go together. So that's that, and we are almost done. Here's the book page again that I had pulled out at the end. And I am going to somehow finagle this on here and then use this as a pocket. Nothing here. This is an old, what was a needle book that I got from my mother-in-law years ago. So I'm going to cut this in half, I think, and then I'm just going to glue that on there and maybe make this part of a tuck spot. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that I do like it's going to sit there. Here we've got this. Again, another part of a book page. That's going to be a pocket there. And this was a book page from a children's book. And I like this is the dark, the night, the moon with the owl. And this is, you know, these are going to go together. The owl reminds me of my granny, of course. And this teddy reminds me of a teddy that my granny had given me at one point. Here is my mantle that I put together on May the 30th. So I'm going to do a little blurb there. And then, you guys, I think that's just about got it. Oh, I have this wrapping from some vintage paper that I got at the Goodwill. I really think this is quite lovely. This I think I'm going to make as a belly band here. So that sits there. And that is that. This is from a calendar page. My birthday's the 26th of May and my dad's birthday is the 27th of May. So I think that might go there as a tuck spot or maybe even there. I haven't decided. And then here's just a couple photos from the video I was making about the coffee dyed stuff. Just a reminder. Lily of the Valley for my birthday. I haven't even done any birthday journaling. It's from my friend Stephanie. And there you have it. Oh, and of course my favorite pasta. So there. That's it. That's as far as we've got. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope that you enjoyed that and you found something inspirational, something helpful, something that will spark something for you. as you work in your journal over the coming days and weeks. So thanks everybody for spending this time with me. As always, it really means a lot. And as I say at the end of every video, speak kindly to yourselves. It's very important to speak kindly to yourselves. And life is too short to constantly be at war with yourself. And enjoy your journal process as well. And I'll talk to you soon, everybody. Take care. Mwah. Bye.